How's it going? It's NuttyChef again, and this is episode 10 on the Diamond Society server. Well, last episode we built that netherwart shop down in the shopping district, and the netherwarts that we built turned out pretty good. I was pretty happy with them. Still got to stock up the shop properly. We've only got actual netherwarts in there at the moment. But this episode, I think it's time to start work on the castle. So, over the last few episodes, I've been sort of leveling the top of that mountain, and I've done that off camera and got it down to the level I wanted. Let's get a better view. And yeah, so it's at the level that I want now, and I went ahead and sort of got some dirt out and just sort of laid out a plan for the castle, which I thought I'd better do it, like, instead of just building the castle and seeing how it turns out. I thought it was a better idea to sort of plan it out first. So I went ahead and did that with some dirt. So I've got some plans now that I can sort of follow. Just some basic ones, some basic shapes, some basic heights and stuff like that. And yeah, so I guess the first thing I'll do is sort of run you through the plans, and then hopefully we can build some of it. We're definitely not going to build all of it in this episode, but yeah, we'll build some of it. I mainly want to get the main room done, but we'll get to that when we run through the plans. So I might actually have to wait till it stops snowing, because it's very dark and stuff while it's snowing. So I'll be back and we can run through the plans that I've laid out, and I might actually do that in camera mode because it's much easier and much faster to get around and get a better view. So I'll be back in camera mode. Also, on a side note, I did get another elytra. Luckily there was heaps being sold, I think, by Zoo Crafted in his shop down there. So I managed to pick one of those up for 20 diamonds. And it doesn't have mending or even unbreaking on it, but I've just been mending it with leather, and I've got plenty of leather, so it should be alright for a while, at least until I can get another mending book. I don't think it takes, like, I don't think it gets to the point where it's unfixable. I think it just keeps being perfectly fixed every time, and it's okay. So as long as we've got leather, we'll be right. So there we go. Alrighty, so here we are in camera mode. You can get a nice view and I can run through this with you. So basically, like I've said before with my whole kingdom, sort of from this angle I want it to sort of look like, I want it to sort of look good from sort of this angle, like a picture. So like once it's all done, I can take a nice screenshot and it's all going to look like really cool, hopefully. And so that's sort of why I wanted to build a frame first, like a plan with the dirt, so I could get the shape and stuff right. So we've got like the different heights of like some towers up there and the walls and stuff like that, and then a big tower on that side. And yeah, I just wanted to get that sort of shape happening there. And then if we come up here, I'll run through the whole sort of thing with you. So I wanted a cool way to sort of get into the castle, not just like a staircase straight up there or something. So I thought, let's get a path coming off this path. Not sure how I'm going to connect it yet, or if it's going to be the same as this path, or if it's just going to be sort of an off-track kind of path. But we'll kind of come up here and go up here, and then there'll be a bridge here into like an archway here, like a gateway sort of right there across the bridge. So the entrance to the castle is kind of protected because the only way in is a bridge, you know what I mean? Because castles are kind of like that, I guess, like in real life. They always had like a protected entrance, like a moat or a bridge or something like that. So we might have to dig this canal or whatever you'd call it out a little bit more, like this bit here, and make it a bit bigger, so we've got a nice bridge here. And then we come in, and this first rectangle that you see here won't have a roof on it, so the walls here are just going to be walls all the way around. And then we've got a tower here, so we've marked that out with a circle, and that's probably around about how high it's going to be, and so higher than the gates here. And then we've got another tower here with the height there that I wanted, and it's probably going to be higher than that once we add the roof, like these towers. They're basically going to be just like these towers, except yeah, basically just like those towers. These towers aren't finished, by the way. All of these buildings aren't finished. We've still got to add all the details on them and stuff like that to the towers. And so these towers are going to be just like those. They're the same dimensions even. So yeah, so this is going to be like a big courtyard or something like that, like the keep or whatever you call it. And like we can probably have space to put a couple of buildings in here, hopefully, like maybe one here and probably one here and one here in the corner there. And then over here we've got this cool little pokey out bit with a natural sort of bridge leading to it. So I didn't dig that away down to that level. I kind of left it natural. And maybe over here, like we can have a big like enchanting tower that's even taller than all of those towers, and just towers right above. So that will be pretty cool, but I think we'll leave that till later. So yeah, so out of this courtyard there's going to be a big archway here, probably similar or the same as this archway. And then here is the main hall of the castle. This is the throne room where I'm going to sit on my throne. So there's going to be a big archway door or something here, and we'll come in, and all these little dirt bits are sort of where the pillars are going to go. So I've mapped all those out and measured them out. These have a 4 wide gap between them, except for here there's a 3 wide gap. So I might actually take this wall here, it goes through here, and just move it 1 block back into this turret, so that has the same 4 wide gap. And so this is going to be the big turret coming up from the back of our hall, going up here. But down here, the wall, this part of the wall of the turret won't exist on the inside of the building. It's going to be stairs leading up to a slightly elevated platform, which is where my throne is going to sit, right here, right in my big, and it's going to be a golden throne, so I can sit here on my throne ruling my kingdom. And this hall is also going to be our storage room, so we can move out of our little cave down there and put a whole bunch of chests like up against the wall here and up against the wall over here, and this will be our big sort of main part of the base where all our storage is, our crafting tables, anvils, stuff like that. And then these pillars are going to go up, and there's going to be a second story on this level right here. So they're going to be tall pillars because I want it to look grand, you know, so we're going to make them pretty tall. And then from here we're going to be able to look out on all sides it's going to be open on all sides, and there's going to be another level here. So, and then on top of that, then we'll have the roof, and then the tower will go up even taller, and we'll probably have our bedroom up in the tower, in the top of the tower here. So yeah, that's the idea, and we've got some little pokey out bits here, just so it's not a big long flat wall. But when we start building it, which we'll do in a second, it's all going to be like red concrete, like these walls, so it all fits together. So the castle and the walls of the castle will all be like these red walls with concrete and concrete powder, and we're going to add even more stuff to that because we've got the nether wart now, so we can have the red nether bricks and stuff like that. But for the moment, I'm just going to get the shape in with the red concrete, so it's going to look a bit boring to start off with, but at least we'll be able, if I can do that as quick as I can, then we can move in all our chests and sort of live up here instead of that cave down there, and then I can work on all the details and get the rest of the walls here and the castle finished. So I think the first thing we're going to try and complete, I don't know if we're even going to complete this episode, but it's just the walls of this main hall coming up to at least there, and sort of some shapes, and we'll get some things going. So I'll come back into normal survival mode and we'll get started. Alrighty, well, it's snowing, but the show must go on. So I went ahead and gotten some stuff together, basically just concrete and some nether bricks, because we will need those. And I think I'm just going to basically fill in all the walls with red concrete, and then go from there. So basically just remove all this dirt and yeah, fill it in with red concrete. And I mean, that's not going to be very fun for a video, so I won't put you through that. But let's see how much concrete, or how much of these 4 walls we can get done with this much concrete. I do have more sand and more gravel and more red dye, and it looks like a lot, but it's not gonna do as much as you think. Trust me, we might only get halfway up. I don't know, but let's see how much we can do, and then hopefully we can come back and these pokey out bits, well, we're gonna have to get to them when we get to them. So yeah, I'll get to concrete placing, and I'll be back once we've got something to look at. Alright, so it's now the next day in real life, and I've completed the basic walls of just that whole bit, and I've put some windows in where I reckon the windows should go, and I've just started sort of putting some like embellishments on. Well, I've got this first one here, and I think if we put them around all the windows, that'll make it a bit more detailed. And then these sticky out bits, not too sure what I'm going to do on those yet, but I don't really want windows on them. I think we'll just keep the windows to that main wall in the back, and I think we've still got to, like, so it doesn't just look so flat and just put there. I think where it touches, like here, like we've got to bring the red wall coming down the side of the mountain, and as well maybe have some of the rock coming up as well in places a little bit, and that'll make it sort of fit into its surroundings a bit better instead of just all flat, you know what I mean? But yeah, so let's go and have a look. I'll show you up close. So here we go. So here's our door. Like, it's definitely not finished. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. This is just an idea, like maybe have a big door like this and it's just kind of always open, but then while we're in here, like mobs could come in and get you. So I'm thinking maybe we just have a big closed door and maybe just have a button on either side with some like piston, like a piston door can just come down or something like that. But yeah, we've got plenty of windows in here, and I was thinking maybe in these bits here we could just have a small staircase leading up to the second level, so that bit there and this bit over here. These littler bits are a bit too small to put a staircase in, obviously, and this one over here is the same, so not too sure what I want to do there yet. And here I wanted to put lots of windows, because this is where the throne's going to be, and especially in the morning the sun will be like right over there, so all the light will just shine through these windows and hopefully create a cool effect and just light the whole place up. So I'll be sitting in my throne with all this light coming through the windows. It'll be amazing. And yeah, so let's go outside for a sec and I'll just show you a little bit of this thing. So it's pretty simple, just around the window. So we basically just go like this. We just grab our nether bricks and go on either side of the window and then just go like that, come up like this, one further down, put a little stair there, come up like this and put a little stair here, and then put a slab there, and we've got like a little archway kind of thing to border the window. And I think that'll add a bit more detail, and we'll put it around all the windows. And then yeah, we've got to find out, like with nether brick, some sort of embellishment to put on the sides of these sticky out bits. So I'll keep going for a little bit. I've got some glass melting to put in the windows too. Not sure what colour I'm going to put in there, but I'll come up with something. So I reckon I'll get a little bit more done and then we'll come back and have a look. Okay, well, we've come a little ways. We've done a lot of work, and I think it's looking good. I think it's what I want. I like the arches. I did decide to put a big window in and a small window in on those pokey out bits, just because why not? I mean, I wanted more detail in there, and I thought just carrying along the archways kind of makes it look kind of majestic, you know what I mean? With the arches, kind of like a churchy kind of building. I don't know. And yeah, I've gone all the way around. So we've got pretty much all this first level of the castle done on the outside. Well, not completely, because all of this red concrete is, I'm going to have to come back and get some red concrete powder and some red nether bricks and just variation it up a bit so it's not all just one flat colour. I think that'll make it look a bit better. And I decided, like, it was just red and the nether bricks, and I thought it'd be good to bring another colour in. So I thought we'd just bring in some stone bricks into the mix, because I think it's good to have at least 3 colours to a building. 2 is okay, but I think 3 just makes it more interesting. It just looked a bit boring with just the red and the nether bricks there. So yeah, and I'm going to bring some more of the stone bricks in somehow on the next level, I think. So the next level, the second story on the inside is going to be around about here. So I think I'm going to, and I want to be able to walk across here, and I want all of this to be open. And then we'll come out here, this will be open, and all of this will be open to look out of. So I think I'm going to come along with some upside down nether brick stairs and just come along this wall right here all the way along, and then have some pillars coming up from there and have the roof on top of the pillars, so it's kind of like an open, you can like just look out, and then we'll have the roof on top of that, and then these pokey out bits will have like a triangle roof on them like this, and this one here will have a small triangle roof on it like that, but the whole building will have a big triangle roof going like this and like that down to that corner all the way along, and the same on the other side. So that's how I'm going to try and make because otherwise it would just be a big triangle roof. So that's part of the reason why I put these pokey out bits in as well, just so the roof doesn't end up like a big triangle also. But yeah, I think we've done a good job here today, guys. Actually, it took a couple of days, but I really wanted to get started and get going on the castle, because that's our main base, and I don't want to get to the end of the whole season of Diamond Society Season 3 and not even have a base yet. So I thought it was about time we just get started on it and just give it a good go and try and get it done. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.